Hey guys, so yeah, last night's Raw review, here we go. We start off hour 1 with the Survivor Series recap and the Raw promo, what's gonna happen. Then Ryback comes out, cuts the stupid Ultimate Warrior-like promo, and he wants to fight the 3 NXT guys and Punk. Vicky comes out and makes a match. It's Ryback versus Lord Tensai. Or just Tensai now, I guess he's not a lord, and I haven't seen this little Sakamoto guy in weeks. So yeah. So Tensai takes it to Ryback at first. Then Ryback comes back. Tensai tries to use his strength, but Ryback overpowers him. Tensai covers Ryback for not even a 1 count. Ryback comes back. Meat hook clothesline. Shell shock for a 3. Gave it a 5-star. What did he fucking do? Sorry, excuse my French. But yeah, hashtag fire Ryback. I'm done with this guy. Then we see backstage, Sheamus is arguing with one of the refs. Then they show CM Punk in the 1-year celebration later on tonight. But next up it's going to be Kofi Kingston versus Wade Barrett. And Kofi comes out, and then while Wade Barrett's coming out, they show a little promo that he cut last night, a little interview that he did last night after the Survivor Series match, and yeah, him saying how he beat Kofi for the Intercontinental title last time he held it, and that Kofi Kingston is a disgrace to that title. So everybody thinks if he beats him in this match, it's a you know, that puts him in title position, #1 contender position, I guess. So Barrett's wearing the jacket again, which I don't like. You know, I've stated that before. But anyway, the match starts off. Kofi uses his athleticism. Barrett brawls back. Kofi gets a comeback real quick. Barrett becomes ruthless. Then Kofi tries to fight back, but Barrett targets the left eye. He actually ended up breaking the left eye, and now that's what he mainly works on. Barrett knocks Kofi over the top, going into the commercial. When they come back, Barrett's still in control with a headlock. Barrett knocks Kofi outside, slamming his head on the stairs. Kofi's really selling the eye, which I like. A near fall on Kofi. Kofi mounts a quick comeback. He starts, I actually wrote down, he starts addicting aggressive. I mean, getting aggressive. He starts getting aggressive, has a comeback, does the boom drop, then gets hit with the winds of change for a near fall, goes for flying across body, Kofi does. Then he gets a near fall. SOS, near fall. Barrett breaks the eyes on the ropes. Then the bullhammer elbow for the win. You know, I gave that match a 7-star. I'm sorry I'm talking kind of unenthusiastic about it, but yeah. I did like it. Don't get me wrong, I did. Today I'm kind of So yeah. They show the Maddox controversy, then they have CM Punk and Heyman backstage. Punk is wearing I Am a Paul Heyman Guy t-shirt. Striker tries to interview Punk about Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns, the 3 NXT guys. But Punk gets mad, then Heyman invites Ryback to Punk's celebration. Punk says, "Let me talk to you." Then they cut to another commercial. Come back, and it's Caitlyn versus Oksana, because Oksana tried to attack her the night before at Survivor Series. Caitlyn attacks Oksana. Oksana takes control. Armbar submission on the ropes, which I liked. She did kind of like a pulling of the arm, and it was nice. Oksana did. Oksana targets the arm. Caitlyn fights back. She gives Oksana a flapjack, but kind of just throws her backwards instead of lifting her up. So they botched that. Then Caitlyn hits, like I called it in the last review, the go-to gut buster, which is a go to sleep with her knee, but it's a gut buster instead for the 3. That was a 5-star match. It was good. Then they do a promo for the Orton Del Rio 2 out of 3 faults match for later. Then they show a commercial for the Soup meets WWE coming to E this Wednesday. So I might watch that. I don't know if I'll get a review on it. Give a review on it though. So let's wait and see. Then it's Clay versus Cesaro. Clay uses his strength. Cesaro comes back. Clay comes back, goes for a Vader bomb. Cesaro moves, then delivers this flying European uppercut, which I really liked. It was very nice. The neutralizer for the 3. Truth was on commentary with Cole and King. And it was a 6-star match because I like Cesaro. And then I like Clay, not as that character, but I do like Clay. You know, I wish he was heel. But I gave it a 6-star, and they kept on acting surprised that he could do the neutralizer to Clay. He did it not even a month ago to Clay, okay? He's a strong guy, we get it. You don't have to keep on saying it. Then John Cena promo about him breaking 300 Make-A-Wishes, which is awesome. Thank you, John Cena. You know, that's something I can compliment you on. Thank you. Vicky backstage talking to a man and a woman. Don't know who. SmackDown promo and the Slam of the Week being Tamina on AJ from last night. Then hour 2 begins. Vicky comes out with those 2 people. She says that she had nothing to do with Tamina. The fans are booing her relentlessly. I'm thinking she's gonna walk out. Okay, it got that bad. Come to find out that the people are eyewitnesses. Whitney Smith, a waitress from Sacramento, California, where AJ and Cena had their business dinner. She says they were touchy-feely. Then the guy, Mr. Doug Brady, a parking lot attendant who saw Cena and AJ parked for an hour next to a family, and the father of the family complained to Brady. AJ comes out. They go back and forth, her and Vicky. Vicky goes to show AJ and Cena in the car naked because she said that Brady had taken pictures. Cena comes out and says, Vicky, if you want people to talk about something, show them something to talk about. He turns around and says, AJ, excuse me, but, and then passionately kisses her, and Cena, I've already challenged my buddy Gregory Iron to a match for her love, okay? I don't want to have to challenge you too, Cena, because I got more than 5 moves of doom. You know, just saying. Then, after that, AJ gives him one back. And, then Ziggler comes out and tries to attack Cena. And then Cena goes to chase him and lands wrong on his, I believe it was his right, maybe it was his left ankle. It looked like he rolled it. So, he's kind of hobbling, chasing him backstage. Then they show the Sheamus vs. Sandow and Del Rio vs. Orton 2 out of 3 falls matches. And then they come back from break, and it's Del Rio with Rodriguez, of course, versus Orton. And Cole Botch on Survivor Series saying that it's proudly brought to you by Kmart. And King catches him and says, it was proudly brought to you by Kmart. It was last night. Stop living in the past, Cole! That was kind of a funny segment. At first, Orton and Del Rio go back and forth, but then Orton delivers a beautiful standing drop kick, and Del Rio targets the left arm, goes for a cross arm breaker. Orton pushes him to the outside. Del Rio slams Orton's arm into the post and would not stop, so he got disqualified. And now it's Orton up 1-0 going into the commercial. Come back, and Del Rio's still targeting the arm. Orton fights back, gets his comeback, you know, the clotheslines, the snap slam, you know. Goes for the hanging DDT. Del Rio reverses that into the cross arm breaker submission for a tap out, a quick tap out, because Orton didn't really want to get that injured. So now it's 1-1. Orton's really selling the arm, and I like that. Then Orton gets this slick rolling near fall. He gets thrown to the corner, and he puts his legs up on the other side of the ropes, kind of like HBK used to do when he was being cocky, and then just rolls over Del Rio's back and pins him for a near fall. And that was very slick and very nice. I really like that. Del Rio continues to target the arm. He does an enziguri to the arm. Rodriguez tries to get involved, and Mike Chioda ejects Rodriguez. Then we have the backstabber from Del Rio for a near fall. Del Rio marks Orton's coil, goes for the RKO, gets a hanging DDT instead. Orton goes for the RKO himself. That gets reversed into the cross arm breaker. Orton rolls over to pin him for a near fall. Del Rio gets up, goes for the enziguri, misses, and RKO for 3. That match was an 8-star. It was very good and nice 2 out of 3 falls match. Then they show Vicky, AJ, Cena, Ziggler from the top of the hour. Then they showed the trainer with Cena and AJ backstage, and he might have a torn meniscus. So, have to see where that goes. Then it's Primo and Epico with Rosa Mendez taking on the Great Khali. And this was a pointless. So, McCray, go ahead and put that 3 times right here, here, and here. Match. Hornswoggle comes out, and and he has some flowers, so I'm thinking, oh, Del Rio's giving Rosa Mendez some flowers, and he's having Hornswoggle deliver it. Okay. He goes over to Rosa Mendez, and the flowers are fake flowers, like clown flowers, and they have water in them. And he squirts water in her face, which distracts Epico. He turns around, gets Punjabi Pledge for the 3. That was the whole match. I gave that match a 3-star just because I like Hornswoggle, and I like Rosa Mendez, and I halfway like Primo and Epico. 1 star for Hornswoggle, 1 star for Rosa, and half a star each for Primo and Epico, making 1 star, so a 3-star match. 2 dudes backstage, don't know who they are, but they're talking, and then about Punk's celebration, Heyman comes up and says he demands flowers. He demands balloons. Then they show the Miz backstage getting ready for action. I don't know who he's facing. Who's he facing, guys? Please tell me. Had to wait until after commercial. It's David Otunga versus the Miz. Cole says King and the Miz, 2 things in common. They're both Cleveland Browns fans, which I did not know. King Self plugs Inside Edition and his story for tonight, because it is Tuesday, because they came down and interviewed him about his heart attack and everything, which is cool of them, I guess. Miz starts off taking control of Otunga, then Otunga comes back. Otunga uses his strength. 3 big stiff clotheslines from Otunga that I liked. Miz fights back. Big left hands because he's a southpaw. Classic Miz clothesline, double axe handle off the top, which I'm thinking that's what he's doing now, is that clothesline, double axe handle, then skull crushing finale. Because that's what he did for the 3, and that was a 7-star because I do like both those wrestlers. Then they show the Show and Sheamus Survivor Series footage. Apparently there was more than 30 chair shots. Then they show the Sheamus and Sandow promo going to commercial. And then come back and they show the Ryback from the beginning of the show. Then it's time for Sheamus versus Sandow, but Sheamus comes out with the chair from last night and starts to cut a promo, calls out Show. Show comes out and gets mad because Sheamus doesn't let him talk. Says that he has nothing to prove. and nothing to settle with Sheamus. He's been here twice. Show calls Sheamus barbaric, and then Sandow comes out, and then hour 3 begins. And Sandow ends up telling referee Charles Robinson to get rid of the chair, or he's not getting into the ring. Sheamus puts the chair away, then pushes Sandow into the corner. The ref who got bro kicked on Survivor Series, Scott Armstrong, was not cleared to ref, so that's why he was in the whole show. Sandow tries to stay away. Then Sheamus brawls with him. Sandow gets aggressive in the corner, lowering the knee pad. Near fall by Sheamus, but Cole and King talk about everything else that happened earlier, and that's making me mad. Focus on the match that's at hand. It's got 2 great stars in it. You know, you guys do that during the Divas matches enough. Don't be doing that during this match, too. Don't do it at all. That sounds great. But anyway, Sheamus grabs Sandow by the beard and throws him out the ring. Going to commercial. During the commercial break, Sandow took control by attacking Sheamus' face. Vicious knees from Sandow. Running hip choke while Sheamus was on the middle rope. And then the point of the knee by Sandow to Sheamus on his jaw. Sheamus tries to get the fans behind him, but Sandow beats him back down, and then he bows. He goes for the elbow of disdain, but Sheamus gets up and gives him the Irish Curse backbreaker. Some knees, the 10 clubbing blows, a suplex, the battering ram from the top rope, white noise, and then the bro kick for the 3. The match was a 7-star match. And like I said, guys, honestly, I'm sorry for not being more enthusiastic about it, but I'm not right now. My day's eh. Then they show Vicky talking to Tamina backstage, and AJ comes up and says, "What are you going to do about Ziggler attacking Cena?" They argue, and then Tamina's just standing there being intimidating. And Tamina honestly looks about 6 foot tall. 6-7 foot tall. Compared to AJ's little 5 foot butt. Her butt's not 5 foot, but she is. Her butt's probably only about 3 foot. They showed the Day DVD commercial, then Cole and King talk about Punk's celebration, and then that's interrupted by AJ and Layla walking backstage. And Layla's trying to talk AJ out of it. She's like, "Don't do it, don't do it." AJ walks into the heel locker room and confronts Ziggler. Ziggler degrades AJ, saying she's worthless, nothing, she's trash, which is not true, Ziggler. That's a no-no. I like you, but no. You do not make fun of AJ. At WWE, AJ Lee. AJ then attacks Ziggler. Then Cena comes in, pulls her off, and then Ziggler attacks him. Cena tries to fight back, but Ziggler gets the best of him, targeting the knee. Throws him through a wall, a divider for the bathroom in the locker room. Throws him through that, and Kyoto comes in, and Kyoto and AJ are checking on Cena. They're getting the trainer to come back in. Ziggler and The Miz promo for main event tomorrow night. AJ, Ziggler, Cena footage again. Then they show Josh Matthews outside the trainer's office, and he says Cena's in the trainer's office and does not look good. The pain on his face and everything. Then it's Sin Cara and Mysterio versus Team Hell No, with the primetime players on commentary. O'Neal says the primetime players saved Cena's life because he actually pulled Ziggler off of Cena. Sin Cara gets scared of Kane's pyro when Kane comes out. That was pretty funny. Kane and Sin Cara start off. Kane overpowers Sin Cara. Bryan tags himself in and takes to Sin Cara. Sin Cara tags Mysterio. Bryan takes control of Mysterio. Kane tags himself in. Mysterio uses his speed and high flying abilities to take out Kane. Bryan takes out Mysterio. Then Sin Cara suicide dives onto Bryan. During the break, Kane big booted Sin Cara to take control. Surfboard on Sin Cara by Bryan. Cole gets on Young about being quiet, and O'Neal and King are cracking up at commentary. They're joking around, they're cracking up. And O'Neal on commentary is pretty funny, and I like to see him more often on commentary. It was funny. Spinning tornado DDT by Sin Cara onto Bryan. Hot tag by Mysterio. Mysterio gets a near fall on Kane. Bryan saved him. Sin Cara botches Senor Bacho. A drop kick. He hits Bryan, barely tapping him with 1 foot. One. I would say one, but there we go. 1 foot. Then primetime players get up from the booth and they attack both teams. But Team Hell No and Mysterio and Sin Cara work together. 619 onto both the primetime players. Swanton by Sin Cara onto Young, while Kane chokeslammed Titus O'Neil, but they didn't have a good shot of it, so it looked kind of bad. Then Heyman's backstage thanking Punk for letting him throw him this bash. Then commercial, they show the Attitude DVD, the Attitude Era DVD, I guess. Then the Punk WWE 13 commercial. Then the AJ Cena Vicky Ziggler footage. The Cena then Cena might have a partially torn meniscus. AJ Ziggler Cena in Hill locker room. And then it's time for the last segment, which is the Punk celebration. La 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 la. No balloons, by the way. I didn't see a goddamn balloon. Paul Heyman asked for one. Where were they? You guys failed at the balloons. Paul Heyman in the ring, you know, saying all of CM Punk's attributes and what he's good at and all this stuff. Saying that, you know, they try to give you a little bit of Attitude Era by making fun of the King heart attack, you know, but you guys didn't like it. You know, then when he gets extreme, you guys always ask him to bring back ECW. But when they get a little bit extreme at Survivor Series and Hell in a Cell, you guys don't like it. So you guys who are not on Team Punk, you guys are wrong. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I don't like the man specifically, thanks to Brock Lesnar for bringing that shit into the business, but the man has a great creative mind. You guys gotta admit that. If it wasn't for him, WWE 13, the video game, wouldn't be as good as it is. Truth. So, CM Punk comes out and says, HBK, Bret Hart, The Undertaker, and The Rock all have not, or he actually says, all couldn't do it. They have not held the title for a full year. He says that he is the new best there is, best there ever was, best there ever will be, which is Bret Hart, of course, but he calls himself that. Then they show a CM Punk 1 year vignette. Fans chant CM Punk. They then it cuts off on my TV, but I pull it up automatically right there on my phone and watch the rest of it. They talk about Bruno Sammartino, since he was one of the first WWE champions. They talk about Hulk Hogan, you know, how they could not beat CM Punk. They talk about another Paul Heyman guy, Stone Cold Steve Austin, could not beat CM Punk. And they say that at the Royal Rumble, The Rock will not beat CM Punk. And honestly, if it's those two, even, I don't care who The Rock's facing. The Rock could be facing freaking Brock Lesnar, okay? And you guys know that I hate Brock Lesnar. He could be facing Ryback. And, of course, hashtag fire Ryback. He could be facing him. And honestly, if The Rock wins and gets the WWE title, I'm going to be pissed. Because, I'm sorry, Rock, I liked you. I think you're a great wrestler. But unless you're coming back full time, I do not want to see you with the title. That's almost as much of a disgrace as David Arquette with the WCW title. Okay? You guys might not remember that, but I do. That is bullcrap. If you're not a wrestler, you do not deserve the title. If you're not a full-time wrestler, you do not deserve a chance at a title. Okay? So, back off. Go do your movies. Go make a Fast 7. Go make a G.I. Joe 3. Go make a Tooth Fairy 2. You know? Do what you do, Rock. Make movies. Anyway, now that I got that off my back, let's continue with the review. Punk says that last night was his best victory, which I think he was joking, because, come on now, Punk. Ryback comes out, but Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns come out of nowhere. They attack Ryback. Ryback starts getting the better of them, but then they take him over to the announce table. Reigns says, "Let's do it again!" Strips the table. 3-man assistant powerbomb through the table. Punk goes out. Kinda kneels down. Looks at Ryback. Stands up. Puts his foot on Ryback's chest. Holds up the title. Sorry, Ryback. You can't cut it. You know, so I gave it a 9-star for the whole show. I'm loving what they're doing with these NXT guys. You know, Seth Rollins especially, you deserve this. Because I've followed your career for years now. Loved you in the indie circuit. I want more of those NXT people to come. One person in particular, sorry for saying your actual name, Buggy Nova, Skylar Moon as she's known as in NXT. I followed her career for about 2 years now. But I've seen her 2009 through 2012 stuff. So, yeah, she really deserves to come into the Divas division, and she's a little bit out there, so who Buggy is. So, yeah, that show was great. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow for Prime's Wrestling's review, unless they don't put up that show today. I'm waiting for it. So, yeah, hashtag handicap handsome. Love wrestling, and I'll see you tomorrow.